Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, I've got probably the biggest news I think we've covered in cryptocurrency, right? I think this is huge news coming out of the UK. If you enjoy this sort of content and you want to support the channel, do mash up or hit that like button. It just helps push out the content to like-minded individuals, and it also lets Nick and myself know that you're enjoying the video content that we make here at Cheeky Crypto. It's much appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell, selecting all those notifications, meaning you won't miss a video. We've also got a Discord. Link is in the description. It's free to join. We'd love to see you there, so why not join? Okay, so let's get down to the desktop and let's have a look at this huge news. Okay, so before we get to the news, the huge news, we're currently at $2.1 trillion for the total market cap of crypto, down 2.66% at the time of recording. Bitcoin is sat at 45,323.60, down 2.32% at the time of recording, and Ethereum is at $3,437. So let's get into this news, right? And it's basically the UK Treasury to regulate some stable coins. Now, there's probably a lot of like fear around this, right? And this is one of two kind of pieces that I want to cover, right? I think this is really positive because actually they're looking to do it so it gives a little bit more clarity. And what does this really mean for cryptocurrency, right? And I'm not going to sort of go through the article and read through it, but basically in a nutshell, I think this is really positive for the future regulations that are going to be sort of coming into the space, particularly in the UK. We've seen some, stuff around privacy within the EU. And all of this stuff seems to be really positive stuff because it's almost like the crypto sector is now being taken so seriously. So seeing this particular article about regulating stable coins to give clarity, I think this is really being done, and it's really been done so that institutions and the big money can kind of come into the space. So UK is planning to be a hub for digital payment companies. And for me, this is just huge because I kind of feel like we're going to start to see this adoption, this I want to say mass adoption, but I don't think it's really mass adoption, but we're going to start to see full-on institutions come in. And I think as the I guess the adoption curve happens, this shows how early we are. We haven't even got the big money coming in just yet, but I do think these are all signs that it's coming, and that we should all be proud of ourselves for being in this space this early. Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on this news. I think this is massively positive, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some articles putting a negative spin on it. But I think this is really positive, especially when you've got all this like programmable money BS going around. And when I say BS, like, yes, it's all possible, and I'm not saying it's not possible. I just don't think that, most countries are going to go to that level. I just think it's a little bit obscene. And as for being able to freeze assets and all that sort of stuff, they can already do that, right? Just have a look at everything that's going on between Russia and the Ukraine, like how many Russian oligarchs have had, assets seized around the world, which does sort of, bring to mind another question as to, is that right that countries can do that, right? Like involved or not involved. Not to get political, but ultimately, I think this is fantastic. I think, this is to really help the businesses of tomorrow and all that sort of stuff. And crypto is, going to be one of those big technologies. Fintech companies are going to be able to come to the UK because they're going to have that level of clarity. The other thing that really is like so bullish as well, right? Like, and I'm starting to look at the UK and think, like, where has this all come from? Because everyone seems quite slow and morbid when it comes to cryptocurrency, particularly talking about the scam aspect and the privacy and all the negativity that has come out of the media at points in the year, it's finally nice to see some positive stuff. And one of the really interesting things that was really caught my interest is the NFT. So separately to what I've just covered, the Treasury said that it will ask the Royal Mint to create a non-fungible token, which is an NFT, this summer. So I'm not going to get into what an NFT is. You can go search that if you don't know already. But this is really interesting. Could we see like the Royal Mint do like an NFT version of a £5 coin or a £20 note, for example? Like, just wow, this is like really interesting. I mean, if you're a collector of the Royal Mint coins and stuff like that, yeah, just like so bullish, just so bullish. I mean, it's forward thinking, like that's for sure. So yeah, really interested and in your opinions on this. Like, what are your thoughts and opinions on the Royal Mint doing NFTs? I do think that is very forward thinking in the UK and very interesting. What sort of adoption do you think that would bring? I think from my thought process is that's going to bring more collectors into the NFT space that didn't know what a non-fungible token was, are going to start to learn about it, and I think off the back of it realize there's this whole other collecting opportunity digitally that they didn't know about, and that is something that's really exciting. So yeah, moving on, we've got the Bank of England's Bailey says crypto is the new front line for scams. And basically this is again that negativity that I talk about. It's funny how you've got like this amazing article around the fact that you're going to have NFTs and regulations for certain stable coins, followed up by the governor of the Bank of England telling everybody that crypto is the front for most scams these days. And what he's really talking about is like some of the like hacks and stuff like that happen, where they freeze people's computer systems or threaten to leak information unless they receive cryptocurrency. Like, who in their right mind is going to say, deliver me £1 million to my bank account, here's my sort code and account number and my name? Like, of course they're going to go through cryptocurrency, because it's you can just have a crypto wallet, for example, and nobody's really going to know, are they? So it's much easier to do it that way. But I think there's scams in many different sectors. Money laundering is pretty much done through fine art, let's be honest. I think this is again just putting a negative spin on it, and I don't really like that stuff. But to not sort of finish on something negative, I also wanted to cover the fact that some 40% of the US crypto owners view their digital assets as a hedge against inflations. So again, I think this is really bullish for crypto adoption. I really think this is positive for the space of crypto, and again, I'm not surprised to see this, but again, interested to get your views and opinions on it. I do think that this is something that shows the I guess the adoption curve, and kind of shows that we're on the right track. There are many more US citizens invested in crypto than in the UK, but I expect that gap to close over the coming months and years. Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on that. Really interesting. But I guess overall, what I wanted to leave on was the fact that this is so bullish from a UK standpoint. I'm really interested to see what this means for taxation when we get sort of more clarity around that. Particularly if you wanted to run a business from the UK, I don't think it's the most tax friendly for cryptocurrency companies. So if they want to be that hub that they're talking about, some changes need to happen there, and I think they will. I just think it's going to take time. Like all of these regulations, I think there's going to be governments around the world that set out their regulatory frameworks, thinking that's the right thing to do. But I think there are going to be learnings made there, and I do think that over time, if certain governments get it wrong, I do think that there will be changes. So, I'm not too concerned, from the get-go, what type of regulations we get. I think it just brings clarity, and with the clarity will bring bigger players, hedge funds, institutions that aren't involved in cryptocurrency at the moment. And don't forget, we have some already, but ultimately I think that's going to bring those individuals into the frame. And I think, again, that is fantastic for our portfolios being in earlier. So interested to get your views and opinions. Do let me know. I think huge news, and it does make me feel fantastic that I'm in this space as early as I am. So do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.